into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for all your holiday travel. Jack Furrier's 14 area locations are ready to help. So call, stop by, or visit us online at jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. A full wrap-up on today's Wildcats contest, top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Tommy Lloyd, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Owaka between the rings, over to Del Orso, left-handed dribble, underneath to Owaka to the bucket, and jams it right over the top of Felder.
Hey, if you're not going to make layups and you're Owaka, just take it to the rim and rack attack.
10-6 Wildcats, first bucket for Tobe Owaka, averaging 8 points a game.
Tobe Owaka with the big jam. And then you know what he came down and did his next time? He shot a three.
Oh,
Just what we talked about in the pregame show.
why? Who are you trying to impress?
That was his only three of the game. That might be, I have to look.
Career.
That might be his first
I guarantee
three
you
of
do
the
one.
season.
You think he did one at that previous school?
I don't know.
What?
But yeah, I guess a dunk like that will make you feel yourself a little bit because and there was no hesitation when he came down and
You know
took
what
that
should be a rule,
three-pointer.
J-Dub? If you haven't made a free throw, you shouldn't get a 3-point shot. Huh, J-Dub?
In the game.
Agreed.
In the game. If you haven't made a free throw, you shouldn't get a 3-point shot. Because at least if you shot a free throw, you got your form going already, right?
That is the first 3-point shot of his. Yep, that's the first 3-point attempt of his career.
Why?
First 3-point attempt of Tobe Owaka's career. Did not make the shot, but he finished with 12 points and 7 rebounds.
I mean, it was a secondary break, and he was open. Other than that, Kelvin.
What about one dribble in to the free throw line and make a free throw line shot, like I said before?
Right.
Hit that shot. Now you cooking. You hit that. You made a dunk. You hit a free throw line shot. It's just discipline. I mean, he's still a young guy.
Speaking of free
I would have
throw,
shot it too, J-Dub.
Yeah, I know you
shot
would
it too. But I'm just saying, as
shoot or shoot,
huh?
Shoot or shoot.
Yeah, but as you mature and you understand what the coach wants from you and your position on the team, I mean, if he's going to do that, now you're going to lose time to Vazar, right? Because I'd rather have Vazar taking that shot than him.
Yeah, well, no question about that.
Right? Okay,
No
well,
question about
you
that.
understand what I'm saying? So how are you going to keep minutes away from him? That's how this goes. And you keep minutes away from him because, okay, coach, you don't have to worry about me taking the three. I'm in here bully balling everything. What if he would have kicked that thing to the wing, ran to the box, they hit him on the give and go, and then tie that rim down?
Right.
That's what you want to see as a coach, not, okay, I'm just going to jack a three because I can.
I think that was Kelvin. I think it was one of them kill shot things like Caleb Love's been rubbing off a bit. So it's like you go for that kill shot. You made a three. You know, you're up 5 early. I'm going to go ahead and jack this three with 20 seconds left on the shot clock to put us up 9 and make them think they might not be able to be in this game type of thing. Toby got that huge dunk on that dude. And then next time down, Kelvin, it was just, I'm going to let this fly.
And my problem with it is, because I got a real problem with it. I'm going to be honest with you. My problem with it is that you made your mind up already.
Yeah.
You didn't do it in the floor of the game. It's different. And especially for a big man that don't shoot threes, that's not your thing. Make a pass, let the ball come back to you, and then take that shot if it's still available. Am I wrong? Then take that, because now it's late in the shot. Like J-Dub said, it's 20 seconds. You got time to, you just got down there.
Right.
Why shoot that shot? Caleb Love, you're not Caleb Love, and Caleb Love isn't you. Okay, so no. Like I said, I'll be a little bit more on these guys because the talent is there, and you just got to have the right mindset. We need you to be Corliss Williamson.
Yeah.
That for this team to work, we need you to be Big Dog. You right? Okay, Townsend taking a couple. Okay.
Big Dog
I
can
see
shoot,
where you're
though.
going with that, huh?
Glenn Robinson could shoot.
Okay. Townsend taking a couple, but, even him, his strength is taking it at guys. He didn't even take one today. That was discipline to me right there. Because I thought in previous games he just threw a couple up for sake of saying,
exactly,
I'm shooting threes.
Yeah.
Not right.
Trey Townsend was living on that right block. I mean, he must have taken, 5-6 shots right at that same spot.
Yeah. And my buddies always told me where I'm from. They said at the end of the day, it's going to say you had 19 points or 3 or 6. Because, a lot of guys like making 2 threes and, oh, my God, they're so satisfied. They're good. I made 2 for 8. I'm great. Like, no, man, I'd rather hit 5 twos. Right. I don't know, but, hey,
And they had that, I don't know if you saw that stat that they threw out during the game about the Wildcats and twos. I think it was when they shoot 51% or more from 2 during the Tommy Lloyd era, they're like 53-7. And this season, I think they had not shot above that in all the games that they had lost. Today, the number was 58 or 54% from 2 because they went 28 of 52 from 2 and 6 of 16 from 3 today. So they were on point with that. They shoot over 51% twos. They generally win the ball game. And that was the case today. 102-66. Arizona gets the win over Southern Utah. 520-848-1290. It is the postgame show. We'll take your calls. We'll have our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. We'll review our keys to the game, our best bets, and a whole lot more. We'll hear from Tommy Lloyd and the players from McHale Center after this win today over Southern Utah. We'll get you out of here in time. Plenty of time to get down to women's volleyball tonight at McHale Center at 6 o'clock. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Kelvin Efont, J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona basketball is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Dave & Buster's Tucson, Desert Diamond Casinos, Dorado Rock, First Chiropractic, Goodfellas AC, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Poston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, the Window Depot, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our Black Friday week of savings has been extended into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for all your holiday travel. Jack Furrier's 14 area locations are ready to help. So call, stop by, or visit us online at jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
2025 is bringing the biggest change to air conditioning in decades. New EPA regulations mean AC costs could rise by up to 25%. If you've been thinking about replacing your old AC, now's the time. Rightway is offering zero interest financing and a free furnace when you replace your AC this month. Don't wait till next year when prices go up. Call Rightway today for your free no obligation estimate. Call 520-549-2697.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE EAGLE.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast. 2 powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
It's not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rocking K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rocking K, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the Captain Kelvin Ifan, and J.W. Madden.
Looking inside for Mo, gets it down low. Mismatch on Miller. Miller just moves him out of the way and lays it in.
Percy Miller, 6'3". Meet 7'2" Krivas. That's a mismatch.
102-66, Arizona back on the winning track at home over Southern Utah. Back to 4-4, 500 on the season. 7 players in double figures today scoring for Arizona.
I've seen a lot of 50-point bench games, but I have not seen a lot of games where 4 different guys on that bench had double figures. That's even spread out. I mean, you might see a guy get 20, another guy get 10, but 4 guys with double figures off that bench, that's very impressive.
62-13 was the bench count today, Arizona to Southern Utah. You mentioned 4 guys, led by Anthony Delorso, who had 19, hit 3 threes in the game. KJ Lewis, who came off the bench for a second straight game, and hit for 15 points. Henry Vesar had 12. Mo Krivas with 10 points. What'd you make of a second straight start for Carter Bryant over KJ Lewis? Obviously, they made the decision to do that in the Bahamas. Largely, we thought what was based on the technical foul that KJ Lewis had picked up. But do we think maybe there's something more to that now? Then that they might just want to have KJ come in off the bench.
Kelvin, I mean, we know what KJ brings. We know he's never taken a possession off that we've seen him here at Arizona. Now, the question is, is Carter Bryant playing as well off the bench or whatever they're seeing? Because the question's not, does KJ need to be, quote, demoted? That's not what's happening. I think it's more of a situation, Kelvin, where maybe they're trying to see if Carter may get a little bit more juice in that starting lineup, play a little better off the jump because they know what KJ's bringing off the bench.
Yeah, and I also think, creating some competition. Because when I look at what these guys did coming off the bench, those guys the stats look like guys screaming for those starting spots, trying to, maneuver themselves to get some of those spots, because basically at all those positions you look at it, they're battling except for to me, Caleb Love and Townsend. The rest of those spots are, pretty much open. I mean, maybe not Bradley. Maybe it's going to start Bradley there, but there's some room for guys to sketch out some opportunities there. So I'm not surprised by KJ playing that way. Again, like you said, J-Dub, him coming off the bench with that punch, it's kind of in that Pella Larson situation. Because remember, Pella was so good off the bench. It kind of hurt you sometime when you show that you can do stuff. Because now the coach say, okay, well, I can put you back on the bench.
Well, that was the same deal, right? Keyshawn came off the bench for like the first 6 games, and then or maybe 10 games, and then they're like, well, Pella, we already know Pella was the 6th man of the year. Maybe Keyshawn,
Cedric Henderson.
I'm sorry, yeah, Cedric Henderson. Maybe Cedric would play a little bit better because he's been in that role to come off, to be in the starting lineup. And sure enough, I mean, they ran that way for a long time. So
and you want more of a punch, and I don't think they were quite getting the punch from Carter Bryant. Not starting, and they knew KJ Lewis would come in and play hard. So, it was a easy thing there. But I think KJ trying to fight for that spot back at the end of the day, the way he played today, man. Now, I will say this, though. Carter Bryant did what I told y'all I needed to see, didn't he?
Yeah.
Remember when I told you guys about being a big guard?
Right.
I said, you got to rebound. And he got 9. He led the team. I told you guys, I said, if you're going to be 6'9", you can't have 3 rebounds.
It's both, dude. It's not only the 9 boards, but the 9 free throws. So he only took 2 field goals, Kelvin. We've seen a lot of him living out the beyond 20 feet.
Talked about that.
Yeah, but all those free throws and those rebounds is exactly what you want to see from that young man. He's got versatility. His fully finished form, Kelvin, is going to be a guy who can do a lot of things from a lot of spots on the court. But right now, with that size at that position, doing a little bit more damage inside the 3-point arc is probably best.
And it's beautiful to see that he was able to get 4 assists and 1 turnover. Oh, right. 4 assists and 1 turnover. It was beautiful to see that he was able to get 4 assists and 1 turnover because it shows that he has that, intelligence to be, to play from the perimeter.
J-Dub over there creating magic if you are watching on one of our many video streaming.
I'm just trying to get the AI video camera to stop following me.
Right.
Yeah, when I see them doing
modern problems.
Yeah, we got brand new cameras. They sometimes like to move and follow and that kind of thing. So you have to do some hand signals to make sure that they're in the right places. But there you go. So he's not waving at you. He's messing with the camera there.
There's only like 3 signals too.
Yeah,
I'm not doing any kind of sign language over here.
Right, exactly.
Just, fixing the screen.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. You can interact with the program on any of our many streaming platforms. You can send us a message on Facebook, send us a message on Twitter, as well as send us a message on the stream on YouTube. If you're watching tonight, you can also listen to the program over on our website, wildcatsradio1290.com, on any of your streaming apps, Alexa, Google Play, any of those. Just say, put on Wildcats Radio 1290, and they'll hook you up with our post-game show. Arizona back to 500 in a well-needed victory. And, again, they kind of just really took control of this game. It was kind of tight through the first maybe half of the first half, but then they actually went to a little bit of a press, guys, and we've seen them do this at times this year to really kind of start to generate not only some turnovers, but to be able to get the ball, maybe get out in transition a little bit more than we'd seen also in some of these recent games.
Well, they saw that Bruins tape, Kelvin, because they had 30 turnovers. Did that
33, I think it was.
Yeah, 30-plus turnovers versus UCLA. I'll tell you real quick, Kelvin, I like the press when Coach Lloyd pulls it out. However, what I've been watching is they'll pull it out 2 minutes to go in the game when they're down by 8, right? It's less likely that we'll see when they're not maybe getting up and down that he'll pull it out halfway through the first half. It's not as usual to see that. Moving forward, I really like that move. I really like, because of the athletes, you talk about the defenders you got on the perimeter especially, move their feet, really good in the passing lanes. I mean, KJ was like basically interviewing for a defensive back position, the way he was anticipating those passes in that first half. So I don't know, Kelvin, I've always liked the 1-3-1 or something like that where you get the corner traps and all that thing. Really speeds up, especially teams. You don't press Damon Stoudemire, but if you got a team that you're playing against with maybe some unsure ball handlers, they've shown propensity to turn the ball over. I like that move. How about you?
Well, first thing I'll say is this. Yeah, I definitely like the move, but I believe I'm surprised more teams aren't pressing with all the moving players at all the different teams, with all the new guys, because a lot of times when you pressure guys, if they don't know each other, that's when the mistakes happen. So I'm surprised more teams aren't using more pressure tactics against each other. The other one is when you have 9, 10 deep, you got to pick it up a little bit because your guys are not really going to get a good sweat out of that game. You're right. If you're playing 10 guys, you want them to get up and pressure so they can get the energy going, right? So they can really get something out of that game. So I feel like that's what it's about as well. You got guys in there, you trying to wear the other team down. How you wear the other team down, you get up and play them full court and force them into mistakes, and then you bring your other platoon in, they'll be a little fresher. So I just think it's a part of the tactic of having a team so deep. DK, you don't do that if you only got 5 good guys.
Right.
You're not going to press. You're going to get back, and you lay back and play sagging man-to-man defense. But when you got 8, 9, or more guys, you're telling them, get up. Extort that energy, exert that energy, get up, get in the passing lanes, try to make things happen.
Yeah, he's trying to get Conrad Martinez more minutes, right?
Yeah.
10 guys with 15 or more today. It was good to see Conrad get in there in some meaningful first half minutes as well and hit that big 3-point shot. 102-66, the final score. Arizona knocks off Southern Utah. Much more straight ahead on our postgame show. We want to hear from you. Get your thoughts on what you saw today in the bounce-back game. Another week off before UCLA next Saturday up in Phoenix. 520-848-1290 is the number, along with Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Media Station. The one and only home of Arizona basketball. Pre- and post-game coverage, play-by-play, and live press conferences. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Make the right choice for your home when it comes to windows and doors. For more than 20 years, the Window Depot has provided the best price and biggest inventory on in-stock windows and doors. The Window Depot is open to the public, so whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, you can shop the enormous warehouse. Browse the shelves with over 1,000 vinyl windows, interior and patio doors, and skylights in several varieties and sizes available to go home today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, best price, biggest inventory.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
Not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's December in Tucson, and yes, it's cold outside. But we're here to help with our $79 furnace diagnostic service special and our $79 water heater flush that includes a free plumbing inspection. Call us at 520-492-0748 or fixrockschooling.com. And on behalf of our entire team, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Hi, this is Peter Costa, former governor of the New York Stock Exchange and proud member of the Advisory Business Council with Meridian Wealth Management. One thing I've learned over 40 years on the floor is the value of a trusting relationship with your financial advisor. After all, everyone is a genius when the markets are going up, but when they drop, that's when the guidance of a professional is most important. For more information about Meridian, call 719-1433 or visit online at meridianwealthllc.com.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Experiencing the of natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vale School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the Captain Kelvin Ifan, and J.W. Madden.
And Xavier Sykes will bring it across, transfer to Mobley, and here's a steal. KJ Lewis drives the other way, slam it home with two hands.
Get in that passing lane as KJ Lewis stole another one. 10th turnover.
Wildcats up 43-21.
KJ Lewis today. Pretty good shooting day. Very good shooting day. 6 of 7 from the floor. All twos. 15 points. Had 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals.
No, this the guy. This my guy right here. That's my KJ right there.
Prior to day one, like Kelvin was talking 6 months before KJ ever got on campus.
Mm-hmm. And tell me again that the referees are not looking for stuff. They teed that kid up as soon as he put his hand up towards the bench for Southern Utah, Jameer Simpson. He made the shot, he pointed to the bench, and they immediately teed him. Tell me they're not looking for that.
No, it's clearly. Yeah, I mean, it's a point of emphasis is what they call it, right?
It's got to be a point of emphasis.
Yeah, they're trying to
because
do it
we're
before the
seeing
season
way
starts.
more technicals on kids than we have in the past.
Yeah, no fun police are coming out.
DK, can I make a quick programming note?
Absolutely.
I was just outside, and we only have one of our vehicles from this building that's here. All of them are gone. So basically, there are 6 vehicles for all the stations here, and none of them are here except for the Wildcats Radio 1290 vehicle. And the reason for that is because today they're doing the DJs for PJs event,
right?
That benefits the Angel Heart Pajama Project. And there's still time if people have time to go donate. They're posted up out at the American Eat Company on South 4th. So if anybody out there, it's a great cause. I just wanted to mention it. We hadn't mentioned it this morning, but the DJs for PJs event going on all day. A lot of hardworking people from this building out there for a great cause.
A lot of hardworking people in their pajamas out there.
Got
today. So head on out there. Yeah, you still got plenty of time to get out to DJ for PJs over at the American Eat Company out on the South Side. For sure. Great event that we do every single year here at Cumulus Media here in Tucson. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. All right, it is time for the Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game, and we got some really good candidates today. We were talking about Carter Bryant in the first segment there. 17 minutes, came in and took 9 free throws and grabbed 9 rebounds, 7 at the defensive end. You've got KJ Lewis, who we were just talking about right now, 23 minutes, 8 rebounds. Is there a preference, guys? I would say Carter Bryant today.
Before we pick, I want to just say, Kelvin, those are the 2 guys that we talked a bit about, how as far as getting involved in his group rebounding, needed to be a little bit more active, because those are the 2 guys you think about on this team with the athleticism and the understanding of the way the game flow works to get into those spots, to get those boards. So either or for me, but I'm really happy that both those guys got involved on the rebounding today.
I totally agree with that, because the reason why that position has to rebound, because they get rebounds at the basket and those long threes, right? Because teams shoot 20, 25 shots, those long rebounds, your bigs are not going to get those. Those your wingmen, your guards got to get to those. So seeing these guys get to those, get to those rebounds, you got to love it. But the 7 defensive rebounds from Carter, man, I just got to go with him in this one, because to me, defensive rebound, I love the offensive rebound because you get the extra points, but I just love the guys who get the defensive rebounds and kill the other team's opportunity to score.
I'll agree with that right there. So Carter Bryant is your Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game. Window Depot, lowest prices, biggest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848 1290. Wildcats get the win 102-66 today over the Southern Utah T-Birds. First ever meeting between these two teams. A little bit of a rough offensive day for Jaden Bradley. 0 points for the point guard, 0-4 from the floor. Did grab 5 rebounds and did dish out 3 assists and had 3 steals to 1 turnover.
I know K-Rock was happy, though, because, as far as that point guard spot here at this university, Kelvin, you want to see a guy who's looking to set his teammates up first and then looking for his own. And, Jaden Bradley's really come into his own offensively. And you wonder maybe those first 6-7 games, if those mid-range shots, he took maybe one too many of those, Kelvin, that he could have found a big on a little pocket pat.
Mm-hmm. Kelvin, we were talking about maybe a little bit of a spacing issue on particularly one play where he kind of drove in and tried to drop it late. I believe it was to Vasar in the lane and was just too close there. And what maybe technique-wise does he need to do better in that situation?
Well, I thought he should have dropped it off earlier. I thought he got too close to the basket and it kills the spacing. Secondly, you got a 7-footer. Why would you throw the bounce pass?
You're right.
I'm throwing it up high at the rim so he can catch it and drop it in or off the backboard. I would rather him slam it in, right? But no way. Especially if I'm that close, J-Dub, you throw that ball up high to him, right? And so that big man could get that ball and come down and finish it. Throwing it down low gives the defense a chance to make a play on the ball. So, yeah, man, right there, that you just got to be a little bit smarter there. But I do like that he was looking to pass that because, Jaden really been looking to score all those when he get close to the rim. He ain't really been looking to drop it off much.
23 assists, back above 20. That's also what we wanted to see. 23 on 34 made baskets in this ball game today. Again, Arizona trying to get back to playing like the team that they've played under Tommy Lloyd in now his 4th season here at the University of Arizona.
One gripe with my guy Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
2 rebounds.
Yeah.
2 rebounds versus Southern Utah. Was there something that you saw, J-Dub, reason why he couldn't have got more?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Townsend
only 2 rebounds. Did you see any reason why maybe he didn't get more?
No, I mean, again, I think the pursuit that you saw from those 2 small forwards bites into that. I mean, the same could be said about a lot of the bigs, right? I mean, we've seen some rebounding numbers that were kind of puzzling when Waka's been there at the rim every single day, Kelvin. Mm-hmm. But as far as Krivas' low rebounding numbers game by game, if you see Townsend not, I just think a lot of that's pursuit. And like Kelvin said, I think in today's day and age, the guys who are posted up mostly in the paint aren't the guys who are getting as many rebounds because there's so many long rebounds in today's day and age.
Balls coming out.
And that's the reason why I think Townsend should get a lot because he's playing the stretch. Most of these teams play 4 out, 1 in. Some of those long ones, I expect him to be able to get it. I just expect at least 6 rebounds from him if he's playing anything over 20 minutes.
I'll have to go back and look at the tape and see if he had opportunities that he did not come up with.
I'm just picking a little game like this, a little game, against a team that's not as big. So, we have different expectations for Arizona basketball than we do for football right now. And so I'm just picking early.
520-848-1290. Let's chat with John. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show after a 102-66 Arizona win over Southern Utah.
Well, this is the kind of game I've been waiting for. And the only thing good about our kind of losing early this year is it kind of lowered my expectations because every year I expect our cracks to be great. And now that they played a great game, I feel confident with some of these bench guys. We're going to turn into a great team and have a great chance in March to go farther than last year's.
All right. Well, we'll find out how great they are next Saturday when they go back up
Who
against
do we play next Saturday?
UCLA.
Hey, gotta beat the Bruins. We got to ruin the Bruins. That's it.
I like that.
I've been a fan for over 50 years since
wow.
Freddie Snowden years.
John, what's the first Arizona basketball game you remember?
When they had Herman Harris, Bob Big Bird Elliott, and Herman Harris was jacking up half-court shots before there's a 3. Herman Harris.
Wait, Herm Harris was jacking up half-court shots?
And they had Al Fleming. Yeah, Herman Harris wouldn't turn down any shot. He was very athletic. I don't know if you're old enough to remember Freddie Snowden's team. But we had some good teams back then.
That was before I got there. I've heard the stories and I've met all those guys, but I didn't see any of those games. So I can't.
So I'm a loyal fan, and I can't root for Arizona football because they kind of suck. But Arizona basketball, and every year I go down to at least 4 games. I love Arizona thanks to Lute Olson.
There you go. Well, we appreciate your call, John. Good thoughts. Call again.
I'll call again probably the next game. And you guys on the radio are a lot better than the TV announcers.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Okay, I'll catch you later.
All right.
Bear down, John.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290.
Kelvin, any comments on the football side of that conversation?
Well, I mean, we got some work to do.
Yeah.
We got some work to do. Let's keep it real. And I'm sure Coach Brennan will say the same, and Noah and the rest of the guys. But, hey, that's what it's all about. You know, putting that work in, man, and coming back out there and swinging at it again. So they went from a 1-0 whatever to a 10-3. We can do it again. ASU came from what they were like.
Do we have to talk about it?
Yeah, they were whatever they were.
I mean,
I just keep. I mean, if they can do it, we can do it. Whatever anybody else can do, we can do it.
DK, I was telling Kelvin off air. I was like, man, I remember when Kenny Dillingham got hired, and I thought this guy's 28. You know, their athletic department doesn't even have. You know, they don't have a head of their athletics department at the time. It just seemed like it was maybe could have gone the other way. And today we're flipping, and we saw this moment where he was up by 30 in the championship game on the way to the college football playoff, and he was looking so intently at the field like the next play was the most important play of his life. And what I thought in that moment, DK, was this guy's on some lists of some big-time programs or some NFL-type situations where he's now the hot shot guy because of just literally this last 6 months, right? And hey, got to tip your cap. Credit to those guys.
For NFL, he's going to have to calm down.
NFL,
I think he's more, to be honest with you, I think he's more of a college guy. You know, and I think he should stick around ASU. I mean, I know a lot of people like, oh, don't do that because he could beat us. No. Because beating him will taste even better.
Yeah.
Keep winning, guy. I told J-Dub. You know I said to J-Dub, I said, you know, was losing to them that was a good team. Didn't they just win the Big 12?
Yeah.
They going to the national
convincingly.
So you didn't lose to no slouches
against a team that at one point I think was 7-8-0.
Okay,
Iowa State, yeah.
All right, so and that's not looking for brownie points. No, that's just facts. You lose to a better team, and then they go and prove that they were better. As a former player, I used to look at it like, okay, we weren't where I want to be, but they were all right. I'd go back and look at that Colorado game. I'd be like, they were all right. We wasn't just terrible. These teams are pretty good that we had to go. That UCF, I don't know about that one now. So go back and look at that one and say they kind of just bullied us. I mean, took advantage of us.
Real quick, elephant in the room, like when the Oregon's playing Michigan in the 4-team college football playoff, we got to get Oregon to – we're wanting Oregon Ducks to win because West Coast is just neglected nationally. And, there's some good football played out here too, Kelvin. So all those times in the last 15, 20 years when Stanford, Oregon, some of those teams have been involved.
Not just ASU. Anybody from the pack.
Now, what are we doing this year? Because that's going to be hard. I mean, I don't know about rooting for.
And what you saying that? So a Pac-12 team just won the Big 12.
Yep.
A Pac-12 team is in the championship game
of the Big Ten.
The Big Ten. And was the Pac-12 really soft? And now I'm finna be talking noise on Facebook to my buddies.
Right.
Like, now that it's too late, right? It's like stupid.
Now we win, and I'm gonna have to let them know. Like, that Texas stuff and all that ain't gonna work. It's different out here. We got a lot of Texas people live out here now. I'm gonna let them know.
And a Big 12 team has a chance to win the SEC. So I mean, you could have new teams winning 3 of the 4 major conferences.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the shake up? Who's winning the AC? Oh, and SMU could win the ACC.
Wow.
That would be 4 new teams right there.
That's how fast it could happen.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not it's not some magic. You go get guys that are hungry.
Right.
Scatterboo, hungry, a determined runner. I gave the offensive line a lot of credit, but I got to go back. Man, Scatterboo be just running through guys.
Did you see our guy Cam Cox from 12 News up in Phoenix? Did you see that post he put up about the run he had in high school? Cam Scatterboo had in high school. Oh, you got to see that. I mean, he literally I'd never seen this run before, but he literally got hit 10 times and did not go down on a 70-yard touchdown run. I'll show it to you.
You know what they called him? and my son told me this, and he showed me on Twitter. and he said Beast Mode 2, Part 2. Like he's, Beast Mode's son,
Right.
Beast Mode Jr., and that's Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
And he built just like him. Low to the ground, square, built like what's those mini fridges? Built like a little mini fridge.
Yeah.
Just how do you tilt that thing over? Right? And I watched him on the sideline. I was like, where they gonna tackle him at? Because his legs it's just a tough tackle, man. That was a good comparison. Beast Mode Jr. Beast Mode Part 2, man. Yeah, that kid, I don't care who you play for. If you balling, I'm gonna give it up for you. I don't care. You could be ASU, whatever.
What are your thoughts on James Harden?
What part of him?
Any of it.
I mean, the bucket getter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, been a bucket his whole career as far as I'm concerned, so he haven't been able to win the big one, but ain't necessarily had the greatest teams around him either.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Much more straight ahead. We'll review our keys to the game, best bets, and a whole lot more. We'll hear from the players. It was KJ Lewis and Henry Vasar, as well as the head coach, Tommy Lloyd, after a 102-66 win for the Wildcats over Southern Utah. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. It's the postgame show with Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona basketball is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Dave & Buster's Tucson, Desert Diamond Casinos, Dorado Rock, First Chiropractic, Goodfellas AC, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Poston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, the Window Depot, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
With cooler weather on the way, many of us are turning on our furnaces for the first time this season. We hope everything runs smoothly, but if you notice strange noises, frequent cycling, or no heat at all, give Rightway a call. Right now, we're offering a complete system tune-up for just $65, plus a free carbon monoxide test for your peace of mind. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Rightway, 520-549-1914 to schedule your $65 complete system tune-up.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
Not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our Black Friday week of savings has been extended into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for all your holiday travel. Jack Furrier's 14 area locations are ready to help. So call, stop by, or visit us online at jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. A full wrap-up on today's Wildcats contest, top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Tommy Lloyd, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcats with the ball. Inbounds to Bradley. Left corner, Love. Open for three. Up and good for Caleb Love. His second. Lexus of Tucson charity three.
Set call, having Caleb Love running the baseline. Good big man screen to spring the three.
Caleb Love today, 3 of 12 from the floor, so not a great shooting game. 2 of 5, though, from 3, 40%. 3 of 3 from the line. Caleb, 11 points in 24 minutes. 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 2 steals. One of my things I had said earlier was I wanted to see the guards maybe shoot the 3 a little bit better. Caleb Caleb took the most, 2 for 5. Jaden only took 1. And KJ did not take a 3-pointer. So 2 for 6 from 3 from those 3 guys. 6 of 16 overall for the Wildcats from behind the arc in a 102-66 win over Southern Utah at McHale Center. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's head back to McHale Center and hear from the players. We had KJ Lewis and Henry Vasar after the game.
It was really good and very important for us. This whole week was probably one of the most, I don't want to say hardest, but one of the most disciplined weeks that we had since I've been here, and we definitely needed it.
Henry, is this maybe the most aggressive you've been in a game since retraction?
I don't think so. I let the game come to me mostly, and just play as a team. All week we have been building as a team and kind of talking about us and taking our shots and us offensive plan, trying to get to multiple sides.
The off the backboard thing, is that something you only do in a 30-point game with a couple minutes left?
Yeah, that was the plan. He faked a back cut and I was in the air, so I had to throw it off the glass. And just dunked it.
You talk about intensity. What was the situation during the week with that?
We just knew our standard wasn't to where we would like it to be. Like Henry said, we've been focusing on a bunch of us basketball, playing as a team. And just moving the ball like Arizona, is known for. And I think today we had one of the highest assists that we had so far this year with 23. So we're just gonna, try to build on this going into next week.
What can you tell us about maybe the conversations that you and Coach Lloyd had about the technicals and maybe now coming off the bench?
Just something which is kind of personal. I don't want to talk about too much, but. Just wanted to get on the same page, apologize to him and my teammates for, how I've been acting emotionally, because I know I'm one of the leaders, of this group, so I'm just trying to be better in that aspect.
In the way, because you were coming off the bench, you kind of got back in that mode like you were last year?
No, I mean, I'm going to play the same regardless, starting or coming off the bench. I'm going to always have an edge and, play with intensity defensively and, just, again, this week, offensively, just letting it come to me and, trying to help my teammates be in the best position they could be possibly.
Today, I think you had like 21 fast break points. The previous teams have kind of limited you with that. What are they doing to make you prevent that?
I would say as long as we defensive rebound and we just run and give maximum effort, I feel like that's one part of this. Like what we did this week was we had a lot of effort plays. Talked about that as a team, just giving it up for everybody. If you make a run and you don't get the ball, but your teammate dunks the ball, like we both could be happy for it, just as happy as if you dunked the ball.
62 points for the bench today. How important is it that when people come in, they're contributing in all areas, not just minutes?
It's very important. As a team, like if you come off the bench, you just gotta give energy to the guys who are on the court right now. Like whatever it is, like points, rebounds, blocks, defense, just effort, like talk. Try to give them energy as a team and like build on that.
Any other questions?
Well, KJ, do you feel like you said you played the same way? Do you feel like you're maybe going to be off the bench for a while? I don't know how you guys left it or whatever.
Whatever is going to help the team. The conversation me and Coach Lloyd had, I want to win, and I know the program wants to win, and the fans want us to win, and the team wants to win. So, just trying to do whatever it takes to be in a winning position for the team, and making us plays and making us sacrifices. So.
You're out and about in the public. Do people ask you what's going on because they're not used to it?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm pretty sure the city of Tucson was kind of, disappointed. But it's a long season. We got a great coach, we got a great coaching staff, and a great team. We're gonna get this thing turning around.
Do you say that to them? Do you say?
No, I just say, it happens. It's a part of sports. And the good thing about sports, you always have a next game. So.
When you're in you play obviously aggressively with a lot of emotion. Do you feel like other teams are kind of trying to bait you a little bit and get you to just do that one little thing that could?
Yeah, maybe. But that's something I got to control too. I'm just an ultra competitive guy. And it really, I don't want to say nothing about refs, but I think it just depends how the game is being reffed and how the game is going. And I just got to learn how to, find ways to control my emotions. And then when I want to be emotional with my teammates.
Last year in this, or we've asked Tommy this and saying I don't know if it's just tighter, and I think Henry, you had that one way back earlier where they were they thought you were retaliating or whatever. I don't know if you felt it any differently, just both ways it's being called.
I think we just gotta do better as a group because those are texts we don't want to give power to the refs or opportunities for the other team to have free points. So. From everybody, including me, we just got to be better in that aspect.
So you guys have the big week this week, a retrenching kind of week. What do you expect coming up? You got another week now, and then a big game at the end of that. How are you looking at it?
Just keep building on what we built this week. Of course, UCLA is a really good team, a scrappy team, and we got to be ready for them. Just keep building it's a long season. Just go game by game from now on, and go for March.
Tucson, what happened with today's best bets? Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at the best bets. Brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, Arizona was a 25.5-point favorite today over Southern Utah. Over-under was 156.5. Final score, 102-66. So Arizona wins by 36 points, so they cover on the 25.5. We all took U of A and laid the 25.5, so that's a winning ticket. Over-under was 156.5. Final total on the score was 168. We all took the over on the 156.5. So everybody is going home a double winner today, and we hope you are too. And DK still leads 11-5. Kelvin 8-8. J-Dub 7-9.
Yeah, that's what happens when it goes the way, Kelvin, that it's supposed to go, right? Some of those games earlier this season with the turnover numbers and the shooting numbers just kind of, they're still feeling each other out.
Right.
Those numbers are gonna the numbers are gonna come up, TK, as the team starts playing closer, I think, to our expectations.
Right. That's the first time this year I think we've all had a double winning ticket. The only other game I think was the second game of the season against Old Dominion. We had I had a double. Kelvin had a double winner. J-Dub had a double winner, and I had a split ticket on that one because I took.
Those are today's best bets. They're brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
102-66. The final score. Arizona knocks off Southern Utah.
Before you go to break, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to your Cavs.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear what happened today?
I did not hear what happened today to my
Mobley had 21 in the first and 5 of 5 from threes. He's never made 5 threes in a game ever. He made it all in the first quarter.
Wow.
Had a career high in points today.
Nice.
So shout out to Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley. Cavs win over the Charlotte Hornets, 116-102. That's odd, playing an early game on a Saturday, but okay.
It's, I think, championship like football Saturday. I mean, all the games are early relative to how many eyeballs they're trying to get on some of the games this evening. Right?
Possibly. Suns also play tonight. They'll play a 6 o'clock. They tip at 6, so that's 8 Eastern against the Miami Heat. So the Suns looking to maybe try and get a second win this season without Kevin Durant. We'll see how that goes. Evan Mobley, though, did finish with 41 points in that game today for the Cavaliers. And they are 21-3 now.
Career high, 41 points.
Yep. 10 rebounds, too. Like us some Evan Mobley. Yay. Keep going. Go Cavs. All right, let's get a break in here. Come back. We'll take more of your calls, your texts, your messages on a 102-66 win over Southern Utah. And we'll also review our keys to the game and give you the scoreboard and the head coach, Tommy Lloyd. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. The postgame show rolls on after this timeout on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball continues. This is a Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. A full wrap-up on today's Wildcats contest, top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Tommy Lloyd, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rockin' K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style, and top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot. More than a window store.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our Black Friday week of savings has been extended into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for all your holiday travel. Jack Furrier's 14 area locations are ready to help. So call, stop by, or visit us online at jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Broadway in Tucson presents the new 2024-2025 season, featuring 6 blockbuster productions, including Mamma Mia, and the Southern Arizona premieres of Clue, live on stage, Beetlejuice, Some Like It Hot, The Neil Diamond Musical, A Beautiful Noise, and Shucked. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the best prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2024-2025 season tickets today.
Quick, she's over here. I don't know. I just found her like this.
Yeah, she's banged up, but she'll be fine.
Oh, thank God. What can I do?
Just need the keys. And, sir?
Yeah?
Your car's gonna be fine.
Thank you.
Mobile detailing from Recon Auto Detailing. Tired of wear and tear on your vehicle or just tired of cleaning it yourself? We'll come to you. Book with us online and see why we have over 1,100 5-star reviews. Recon Auto Detailing. ReconDetail.com.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the Captain Kelvin Ifan, and J.W. Madden.
Wildcats with the ball the other way. Love, leave it right corner. Open. Bryant steps to his left, won't shoot. Skip pass out to Martinez. He'll fire the three. It's good. Conrad Martinez with a Lexus of Tucson charity three.
Carter Bryant with his head up. Nice assist there.
That was one of my favorite shots, DK, of that game because that was good ball movement, and he let that thing fly. That's not a guy known, Kelvin, for his outside shooting, but that was a confident release right there for Conrad Martinez. Need a lot of that. He's going to find himself open. Needs to knock that shot down.
Yeah, coming fresh off that week of practice in the gym, getting those shots up, feel good about yourself. And I was happy to see him shoot that shot and play well. Got 4 assists today, 0 turnovers, because he's a true point guard. He's the only real true point guard on the team. I look at Bradley as more of a combo guard, right? And so getting him some minutes out there is going to be instrumental to this team, because when you have that true guy that's really looking for those guys, he makes everybody better, and he has a little aggressiveness about him.
Yeah, he got an edge
end too.
He got a bit of an edge, yeah, for sure.
What's his biggest limitation in terms? I mean, obviously, he's not the tallest kid, so that's one thing that's going against him.
We just said it. Shooting, like he came in with a reputation of being a really good ball handler, a pest on defense. His outside shot was somewhat inconsistent. And if you're talking, Kellen, about a guy who's 5'10", 5'11", stocky, but that's the guy who you're going to find yourself open from the perimeter, and so consistently knocking that shot down. I mean, if he is a 40%, high 30s, 40% three-point shooter, I mean, watch out, because he can get by his man, and he's always got his head up, Kelvin. Like you said, true point guard, always looking for the big man, a really, really good vision. So I love his upside.
We mentioned back above 20 assists for Arizona in this ball game, 3 for Jaden Bradley, 3 for Caleb Love, 4 for Carter Bryant, 5 for KJ Lewis, and 4 for Conrad Martinez. Those were your crooked number assists, folks. And then 1 for Trey, 1 for Toby, 1 for Anthony, and 1 for
It's funny because after that first loss in Atlantis, we talked about that. I think it was one of my keys for the second game was when you look at the teams that Tommy's had here, first, fourth, and second in assists in the nation, it wasn't because one dude had 8. Mm-hmm. It was because you had 4 or 5 guys all averaging 3+. So this kind of looking at what the stats are showing us right now, Kelvin, that's exactly what you want to see from that Tommy Lloyd flow style offense, because they're all looking for each other.
And one of the key guys in that is KJ Lewis, because to me, I thought one of his best assets, I thought he was a great cutter, and I thought he was a great assist guy. And that was from all the playing on championship teams like Duncanville with #1 draft picks that's in the the NBA already, 1 year out of high school right now. So seeing him get back to that and dropping 5 assists today he had a few turnovers, but he's looking for his guys. That's the guy that you heard him say it. He said it too. He said, I wasn't hunting shots. He was hunting shots before, and I think he was trying to make up for Caleb struggling a little bit, trying to make up. We wasn't scoring many points, so guys were just going for it. But you got to remember to still stay within who you are, right?
And even we heard there Bruce Pascoe was asking a little bit about if the players thought that the referees were maybe blowing that whistle a little bit closer to the vest on some of these interaction technicals that we're seeing. I'm going to have to see. I didn't recall hearing anything about an emphasis on that, but clearly it seems to be taking place with the referees because they've got some quick trigger whistles going with guys who are celebrating or taunting or any of those things going on this season so far. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. We've talked about some of our keys to the game. Let's go through all of them here.
Wildcats fans, how did today's Keys to the Game go for the Wildcats? Keys to the Game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, our keys to the game were, I believe, Kelvin went first today.
With the size advantage that you have, I think you want to pound the paint against these guys, get it into the bigs to force them into foul trouble, to give easier opportunities on the perimeter. Lock up on defense. I think we really need to continue to work on our helping and denying the three-point line and exactly how we're going to play that. So I want to see, watching this game, to see what the adjustments are. 20 or more. Oh, 20 or more assists. I couldn't read my writing for a second. 20 or more assists, man. I think we need to get back to that.
Get back,
Guys making shots. I want to see 20 or more assists today.
I was surprised they took 28 threes in this game. I did not think that they would take that many, but I guess when you get down and you're trying to catch up.
And also, when you're playing a team that are taking away your twos.
Right. I mean, look at the paint points. Like, how many points did Southern Utah have in the paint? Not many. So, I mean, I think that was just kind of, Kelvin, the easier shots
18.
are from the outside.
Oh, yeah. You see all those trees in there. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you intimidate yourself because you know that they're 7 foot. And so you don't quite go in there. But real guards, you want to get in that lane and take that floater, take that mid-range jumper, because it gives your big opportunity to rebound it and put it back, which is, I always say, the easiest way for your big to score is off an offensive rebound putback. But the only way for him to get that is for you taking a nice, sweet shot in the mid-range area where his big man has to come and help. So, yeah, we'd like to see a little more of that.
Wildcats today outshot them by 21 free throws at the line. 28 of 36 was Arizona, just 8 of 15. Southern Utah.
The best number is 36 to 16, right? So that's their ratio of three-pointers taken to free throws taken. We talked about that quite a bit early in the year. Getting back to that number, that crooked number of more free throws, this is never going to be a great three-point shooting team, is this Arizona Wildcat team in 2024. But there are definitely 3-4 guys maybe even who could get on a heater, Kelvin.
Right.
But what you really want to see is those guys enforcing their will in the paint like they did tonight.
And the reason is what I just said. When they get in that paint, it makes it easier, the offensive rebound, the misses. And it also helps your defensive balance. It gives you a chance to get back and play defense instead of the long three ball where now your big is underneath trying to rebound and the ball goes over his head, and now you only have guards back trying to protect the basket. When you shoot balanced shots in the paint like that, it gives your team an opportunity to get back and play. Your two guards get back, level off the defense. Your two bigs can rebound, plus the small forward. So I just think that it's just better basketball.
Yeah, by the way, Tobey is third in the nation in offensive rebounds per game. So.
Nice. All right, my keys were, and I think that's the number one for me, is you want to get, and I think Tommy said it, we need to get back to being who we are. And who we are is a team that shares the basketball. And that's 20-plus assists. That's when the Wildcats generally are more successful. And we talked about it at the top with this team. They're going to want to go to the line, so they're going to want to drive the basketball. So you got to defend with your feet today, not defending with your arms. Try to keep, I think, what did you say, 18? I think they average 18 free throws a game. Let's try to keep that under maybe 14. today for the Thunderbirds. And I think if you do those two things alone, you're going to have an opportunity to win. I would like to see the guards. I mean, the guards are struggling, shooting threes. Now, we talk about defending the three, but shooting the three has not been good. Caleb Love, 29%. Jaden Bradley, 33%. KJ Lewis, 30%. I mean, you're going to need your guards to make shots in order to win games in the Big 12. So I'd like to see those guys start to get comfortable knocking down some threes today. Didn't really need to do that in this game with the way that the Wildcats dominated on the inside. I mentioned Caleb Love, though, went 2 for 5, so that'll help his percentages just a bit. Obviously, the assists were on point with what we wanted, and only 15 free throws, so just one above what I'd called for there, 14. So good job. Only 17 fouls by Arizona.
For me, it's never about the percentage as much as the shots taken, and if the shots are taken not within the flow of the offense, over 2 defenders, that's a bad 3. I don't care if it goes in or not. Most of the shots I saw today, Kelvin, were not rushed. They were all within flow, a lot of catch and shoot stuff from 3. So, you keep shooting those shots, you're gonna knock them down. It's really about what shots you're taking. Are they good within the flow? And I think they had their feet set on most of those shots.
J-Dub's keys.
For me, you got to look at this team and what they like to do. And based on Arizona's struggles defensively, you got to keep the guards out of the paint. And most importantly, keep them off the free throw line. Those 4 guards, their 4 leading scorers, combined, they're averaging about 18 free throw attempts per game. You can't have that happen today. I'd like to see that number close to 12 or less, but 15 or under is what I'm looking for. Don't play defense with your hands. Number 2, you got to dominate the boards. Obviously, that should be the identity word that's thrown around so much. There are many identities for teams, but one of the identities for this Arizona basketball team should be able to dominate the boards with their size and athleticism. Back to that, 10-plus boards. And just like both of you said, you got to have fun playing this game. In this flow offense, looking for your teammates. You should have joy finding your teammates open looks to get easy buckets. That's what the flow offense, motion offense is all around. So 20 assists should be the regular. We haven't seen that in a while. 20 assists today. That'll be keys to beating Southern Utah in McHale.
Well, they kept those guys off the line for sure. We mentioned they only shot 15. Dominic Ford did not shoot any in this game. 4 for Tavy Jackson. Hersey Miller had 2, and Jameer Simpson had 4. So that was a good job by Arizona there. And 10-plus rebounds, 47-32, plus 15 on the boards for Arizona.
Yeah, their starting lineup only took 9 total free throws.
Yeah. Not a lot for them. And, again, that's how you lose big in an environment like this against the Arizona Wildcats. 102-66, the final. Wildcats knock off Southern Utah. Much more straight ahead. Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. We'll hear from Tommy Lloyd as well as your scoreboard. Final thoughts from Kelvin Ifan with JW Madden as well. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
Go Wildcats! As a new season starts, the Tucson Police Department bears down with the Tucson community. We are looking to build our team, and we need you. Interested in joining our starting lineup? Visit jointucsonpd.org. Join our team and score a great career. From our commissioned officers to our professional staff, the Tucson Police Department proudly stands behind the Arizona Wildcats. Bear down and apply today at jointucsonpd.org.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
It's not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
The Window Depot is more than a window store. The Window Depot is a one-stop warehouse with everything you need for your complete home remodel. Shop the aisles of pre-built cabinets in a variety of colors, granite and quartz countertops, sinks, skylights, and hardware to complete your project. Need a custom order? We can help. Our designers offer free design services and can special order everything you need for your kitchen or bathroom remodel today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the Captain Kelvin Ifan, and J.W. Madden.
Rebound Vasar on the miss at the other end by Abelar. Quickly to Martinez, racing down the other way. Waits for Vasar, pump fake the three, down the lane, jam it home off the glass.
Off balance, had nothing else he could do but kind of LeBron James it off the glass to himself.
Does he get his own assist there, or no? Okay. 99-63 Wildcats. Sykes for three. That missed off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound loose and grabbed away by Bryant. Lead pass ahead to KJ Lewis. Lewis spin move in the lane to the bucket, lay it in, and we're over 100. 101-63 Arizona.
And it would finish 102-66 for the Arizona Wildcats over Southern Utah. Wildcats back to 4-4 now on the season.
K-Rock, how'd you see that? You see him out of balance like that's all he could do, or is that some showmanship?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both.
But in between, yeah. I thought so too. The first time I saw it, I thought, man, he's showing off a bit. And then I saw the replay. I'm like, nah, he was stumbling. Looked like he might not have been able to get there. I think it was a smart move, kind of last-second decision.
Right.
Anthony Del Orso again, solid performance off the bench for Arizona today. 6 of 9 for him. Hit 3 more threes. Hit a 3, bumping into his own guy. It's like Henry Vasar. It's like, come on, dude, get out of the way so I can shoot this 3-point shot. That was pretty funny when he came down and made that one there. But really great to see Anthony continue to stay hot. The Wildcats are going to need him moving forward, and so that was extremely good to see. They're now 50-4 at home over the last 3+ seasons under Tommy Lloyd are your Arizona Wildcats. Henry Vasar, we talked on the pregame show, had kind of not had a lot of production himself early in this game. You heard the talk. We talked about the dunk there off the glass. He was asked about that in the post game. If he only does that up in a game up 30, I would hope you're only doing that in a game when you're up 30 points. 12 points for Henry today on 4 of 6. So good shooting percentages for both Henry and Krivas, 4 of 7 and 4 of 6. Good to see those two big men get back into the flow today.
Yeah, and, around the basket, being aggressive. We saw him again put it on the floor. He almost got himself in trouble there, J-Dub, right? He almost ended up traveling, but luckily he had the wherewithal to throw it off the backboard and go ahead and finish, and I actually thought that there was nothing else he could do in that situation, actually. So It was pretty, heady to be able to make that play. But just being around the rim, being effective. A couple of the shots that the Vasar and Krivas missed around the rim right there. I didn't like it. That was another one where I ain't say what I would have said, but I would say, I would tell Coach Fish, I'm like, hey, I might not be 7'2".
Or Coach Lloyd.
I'm sorry. I would have told Coach Lloyd, I might not be 7'2", but you should yam that right there. You're right there. You got the guy pinned under the basket, man. It's cool to work on your fundamentals and, drop it over the rim there right there, man. But, you want some aggressive that sends a message out there to people that, you know what the message it sends, J-Dub? Don't try to block my shot.
Right.
Don't try to block my shot. So it'll make it easier on you when you actually do want to do the little flick shot, the little baby hook. But when people know you missed that shot, J-Dub, sometime, they're going to challenge you every time. They're going to put a body on you every time. But if they know that they could get posterized, a lot of the time they get out the way, J-Dub. But they don't even challenge. They're like, that was two.
Can we talk real quick about push shots?
Mm-hmm.
Because last year, right, we saw Umar go through a stretch where it seemed like 1 out of every 3 shots was a 10-foot push, right? I didn't mind that from him. One move I saw today from Henry Vasar, he took 2 dribbles, got right around that 12-foot mark, Kelvin, and because he had a good 6 inches, it was literally just it was him in the gym by himself, and that was a great push shot. However, Caleb had a perfect opportunity to jump stop, go up for a 12-foot J, Kelvin, and he didn't. And it was a kind of a nonchalant 12-foot push shot back of the rim. It's not equal for every player. I like that from Vasar because he's been getting in trouble. You talk about being aggressive. When Vasar likes to put the ball in the court, he gets stripped a little bit too much, a little bit out of control sometimes. That was a perfect push shot from Vasar. I'd much rather see Caleb just nice form, use your fundamentals.
Mid-range jumper.
And hit a mid-range jumper right there, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just be too deep with that floater. That's why a lot of times the coaches don't even like guys taking shots in between the three-point line or the layup, all right? Because that's at the position where you was in, that's a pull-up jump shot. That's, to me, that's a layup for him. A pull-up jump shot for a guy like that with that type of form and touch, that's a pull-up, knockdown shot. To me, you have to be at least 2 more steps in if you want to take a floater there. And then a floater should only be, guys, when the big man step up to you, right, and force you to take that shot. Well, then, to me, a lot of times, once that big man step up, I'm passing it to his man.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where you kind of want to be. You don't want to be in that position where you're just getting a shot off, right? Because that's kind of how it looked. I would tell Caleb that I said, man, like you just got a shot off right there, man.
And lastly, I think if you are going to put that teardrop up, it's got to be a teardrop. There's not enough arc in that, because if you're trying to get up over the outstretched arms of a shot blocker, Kelvin, that's what we're really talking about here is those push shot floaters. Really, you're trying to take away the shot blocking ability of that big coming up. Right. I think if Caleb gets a little bit more arc on that, then it's probably going to be a lot more consistent.
You know what it is, though? He makes that shot regularly at practice. I know these guys, they have these flicks and flips, and he makes it so much to where, as a coach, you're not going to challenge it. That's one thing I do give Coach Lloyd credit for. He gives these guys chances to be themselves. That's one thing with the open offense. You get a guy's chances. Some guys get a little longer string than others.
Yeah. Now, I will say this, too, though. I think the idea of like a killer scorer, Kelvin, is to be so damn good at it that you make it look casual. Like it's not a big deal to you. And that was a little casual, is all I'm saying. Like, I think
he shoots
a
it
little
very
casual on that.
All the time when he shoots it. He shoots it like a guy that really believes that it's going in every time he shoots it.
All right, UCLA next week. What are some of the points of emphasis you guys want to see them work on?
Don't turn the ball over. I mean, if that stat line from the Southern Utah UCLA game, they forced 33 turnovers on that team. Just the usual. We already know what the Bruins bring, right? I mean, it's going to be toughness. You're not going to be able to, win a game 110-90 against that squad, Kelvin. So bring your hard hats, and similar to what they did tonight, I think emphasis on getting in the paint, solid on-ball defense, and I think they'll be okay.
And me personally, I think they need this type of game because you didn't succeed versus UCLA in that type of game. I mean, who was that? West Virginia in that game, right? You didn't do that versus Duke when they was being physical with you. You need to show to the rest of the nation, to the rest of the Big 12, that you can win physical, tough matches. So guys don't think in every game they come in that, hey, if you just try to bully Arizona around, you'll have an easier go.
All right, Kelvin, we will talk to you later this week, and we'll chat with you as well next Saturday. What's that, a 1 o'clock game tomorrow? So we will be on the air at 9:30. So we can sleep in an extra hour next Saturday.
Sir, I need it.
Right now, guys. Right now. Kelvin Ifan, he is the captain, and we will take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll hear from Tommy Lloyd, get you a scoreboard, and wrap things up after a 102-66 win for Arizona over Southern Utah. It's Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, along with Kelvin Ifan and JW Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' K, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
2025 is bringing the biggest change to air conditioning in decades. New EPA regulations mean AC costs could rise by up to 25%. If you've been thinking about replacing your old AC, now's the time. Rightway is offering 0 interest financing and a free furnace when you replace your AC this month. Don't wait till next year when prices go up. Call Rightway today for your free no-obligation estimate. Call 520-549-2697.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE Eagle.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style, and top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Make Dave & Buster's a part of your weekly rituals. Military Monday, get extra gameplay on your card. Tuesday night is Trivia Night with great prizes. Thursday is extra credit with student discounts on gameplay after 9 p.m. Stop in Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch specials. Want more? Rewards members will get an extra 100 chips with the purchase of 100 chips and Sunday sips for hospitality workers. Full and quick service restaurants, hotels, and amusement parks. Discounted beverages and apps after 9 p.m. only at Dave & Buster's.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future?
Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the Captain Kelvin Ifan, and J.W. Madden.
Guarding him, handed off to Love. Caleb bounce pass to Krivas to the bucket and jam it home.
Second time we've seen that ball screen action on the right side of the floor lead to a rolling big man finish with the dunk.
102-66. Arizona beats Southern Utah back to 500 at 4-4. Next up, UCLA Saturday in Phoenix at the Footprint Center. The renewal of the rivalry with the Bruins. Let's hear from the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Tommy Lloyd.
Win. That's what I wanted. Got it. Feeling good.
Obviously, to see them play better, to play better together.
I mean, hey, it's like I said earlier in the week, I mean, great programs, good coaches, great players are going to stumble once in a while. And the response is the key, and learning from it and coming back stronger is the objective, and that's the challenge. So, yeah, I mean, I think we obviously been challenged early in this season, which is a good thing, and we had a good week to kind of really evaluate a lot of things and, figure out, if there's adjustments we need to make, even, hey, with, how we practice, how we talk to each other, just all our behavioral things. And so, kind of really getting back to the nitty-gritty of our culture. So, yeah, all in all, it was a good week. It's a lot. It's a lot when you have a week like that for the guys, but they responded.
You said it was the most intense week he's had since he's been here.
Yeah.
So 3 years. Did you?
Well, I mean, players have short memories. So, yeah, I mean, listen, these guys practice hard, all the time. And, we were pretty targeted this week with certain things. And, I felt like it was a really good first step. And you want to come out on Saturday when you've had a week of practice and you want the players to reward themselves with a good performance. And I thought for the most part, we did tonight. And, second half defensively, we could have been better. We kind of backed off that press a little bit and they got a little bit comfortable, and but that's the right thing to do because you're not going to be able to win games probably night in and night out just pressing. You're going to have to be great in the half court defensively. So I'm sure there'll be some things on film we see that we can adjust and get better at.
KJ wasn't in the starting lineup again. What are those conversations like?
Well, it really wasn't planned on early in the week, and KJ came to me the past couple days and. Asked if I would be open to him not starting. It was his idea. He just felt like maybe he would, give other guys some opportunities to get some confidence and kind of put him in a role similar to Pella played a few years ago for us. And so I'm really proud of KJ. And, what's cool is, you don't always, you make a selfless decision. You make we call in our program an us decision. You make a program for the greater good. A decision for the greater good. You don't always get rewarded right away, but he came out and got rewarded tonight, and I thought he played extremely well, and I'm glad he got rewarded because I think that was a very unselfish ask of him to come off the bench.
It's a one-time thing, or something you can stick with?
Yeah, I think we'll just continue to evaluate it, but it's something that I'm not afraid to do. You guys, to me, I know you, Bruce, you and I have had a lot of conversations about starters and all this stuff over the years, and you're more excited about that than I am. I'm more interested in rotation and finishing games and things like that. So, I've never been afraid to bring a starting level player off the bench, and I think when we've been at our best at Arizona. We've quote unquote had, the 7 starter feel. And that's what I hope we can get with this team.
Well, in relation to that, KJ had the second most minutes and your bench scored 62 points and almost outscored Southern Utah. You're wanting the scoring isn't the most important part of them coming off the bench, but you do want it to be a big part of that, right?
Well, I just think it's really valuable when you add guys off the bench that can contribute in a lot of ways, especially, some offensive firepower. It's good. But I think you look at a lot of KJ's points tonight. It was probably defense to offense, and so there's lots of ways to impact the game. But, I just think that's, you know you're a part of a great program when your bench players are, you know, at the level of your starters. And I think, you know, sliding KJ to that spot gives us, you know, a real solid feel that's what we got.
21 fast break points today. It's been very difficult the last few games to get some of that, and Arizona's known for that. What have they been doing to prevent?
Well, you got to get stops. You got to get stops. You got to get rebounds to run the ball, and you know we got to continue to evaluate our running game. It's a huge part of what we do, and you know it just hasn't quite come as easy for this group. You know, and the running game could be a lot of things. It could be, you know, it could be our first post sprinting down the floor, establish an early position. You know, we got to look at that. You know, it usually starts with a ball handler, namely your point guard, you know, pushing and accelerating the pace of the game and just finding easy opportunities. So, you know, I thought Conrad came in and did a good job today. You know, Conrad ended up in some numbered fast break situations, you know, where you have a 3-on-2, a 4-on-3 advantage, and I thought he made really good decisions to get his easy shots. So it's just something we got to continue to look at and value and be really opportunistic with.
Did you feel the aggression was there as far as drawing the fouls? You hadn't really had that as much the last few games?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it could be how games are officiated. I mean, it could be, you know, a lot of things that goes into the drawing fouls thing. So I thought for the most part, you know, we've really been challenging our guys to kind of just hone back in on the basics and the fundamentals, play with 2 feet on the ground, turn down the tough shot to get the better shot. I mean, all the basketball cliches that you guys know and hear of. And I think when you do that, I mean, I think you start getting rewarded with more foul calls. All those things start falling into place. When you jump off 1 foot or try to make a really hard shot, it makes it really hard for the official, especially now with the verticality is part of our game defensively. You know, I mean, I think the officials want to err on the side of not calling the foul. And so, you know, and when you kind of launch into somebody and they're kind of vertical, but you're moving the ball around, moving your arms around, I think it's just a lot for the referee to see. And so, you know, the referees don't want to be guessing, so then they don't call the foul. So they're not usually guessing on the side of the offensive player. They're guessing, erring on the side of the defensive player. So we got to be smart there. We got to be smart, and we got to, you know, and you got to be a good enough player to know, yeah, this is the time I can kind of launch off 2 and initiate contact and find a way to finish. Or, you know what, this might be a little tough, so maybe I stop on 2 and play off a shot fake or make a play for a teammate.
About Anthony and his performance a little bit tonight, if there was anything different that he was doing this week?
You know, no, I mean, listen, Deli's, you know, he's pretty laser focused, and I think I knew it might take him a little bit of time to adjust, you know, coming here, but he did practice really well this fall, and all the scrimmages we had, all the things where we started really kept score, he performed. But, you know, then you got to go do it under the lights, and it's your first time coming off the bench, and so he had to work himself through those things, and hey, you know, your first kind of, you know, real moment, you know, away from McHale is a tough one. You know, you're at Wisconsin, it doesn't go good. Your second, you come back, try to rebound from that, you're Duke at home, you know, and you lose a tough game. Then, bam, you go right to the Bahamas for 3 games in 3 days. So he's worked himself through it, I think, and I think you guys are seeing somebody that, you know, I'm hoping this guy's a double-figure type scorer in that role, and the way he shoots the ball, I mean, I think he's a guy that can draw a lot of attention and really help us in a lot of other areas.
Real quick, I mean, every week we probably talk to you about Caleb, but just what he's going through still a funk offensively.
I mean, I don't know if he's going through a funk. You know, I think he's just kind of finding his way, you know, on a new team. And you know, I thought for stretches in that game, Caleb was great. I mean, I thought he was, you know, they were really being aggressive on his ball screen, kind of showing on his ball screen, not on anybody else's. I thought he was doing a good job moving the ball. I thought he was good in some of those open side ball screens that got us some layups and some dunks. You know, he was kind of the guy making the play. So, I mean, when you're a good player, you draw a lot of attention. And you know, I thought he did a good job of that. Then I thought he made a few timely shots. And, you know, I wish his finishing would have been a little bit better today. I mean, if his finishing's a little bit better today and he's efficient, I mean, you know, he could, you know, instead of being 3 for 12, he's 6 for 12, 7 for 12, and, you know, has 16, 18 points. I mean, I think it's right there. I don't think it's anything that there needs to be alarm bells going off or anything like that.
How do you think about Kobe and World Cup performance today?
From Tobe? Yeah, I mean, listen, I love Tobe. And Tobe is another guy who's kind of being asked to play a new role, you know, maybe a little bit bigger and more consistent role than he's played in the past. I think he's adjusted really well. And, he just, I was watching some of these games and, the thing I kept noticing, he was just always off balance. And he really hadn't practiced like that. So, why? Why in these games are you getting off balance? Are you rushing? Are you breathing? Are you relaxing in the moments you need to relax? And I think he kind of got a little wound tight. And I think, we really kind of worked on it this week. And Tobey's an adult. You can have real conversations with him. And I think you see the game, the way he can kind of impact the game, the way he did today. I mean, he's a lot to deal with.
Deal with when Pella switched midseason, you have had. I know you talk about the depth and how you consider them equals, but you have had a pretty defined road of starters. And I'm wondering, do you look at it kind of like this seems like you've got maybe 7 starters because you also have Tobey and Krivas that you've been looking at there, and is that something to be ongoing where you
I mean, we'll see. I also think it's important at some point to establish a level of certainty with your team because I think that helps players, kind of know when and where their opportunities are going to come from. And, I don't want it to be a situation where, I'm showing up and, right when we go out to huddle, we tell a guy, hey, you're starting tonight, you're coming. I mean, I don't know if that's healthy. So, but I legitimately feel like we have, we have 7 or 8 guys that could start, and and so we kind of settled in on this one for now. We'll give it a look and see how it performs, over the next period of time.
Carter, I know part of that move a couple years ago was more comfortable as a starter. Do you see that with Carter? Is he?
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, hey, Carter he's going through all the experiences he needs to go through right now, and I know it's not coming easy for him, but that's not because he's not a good player. He's just got to kind of figure it out, and then he's going to have a few Arizona moments where he kind of breaks through. He kind of had him in the second half of that Duke game a little bit. He'll have some more of those, and when he has more of those, he'll be able to kind of galvanize and understand what it feels like and kind of, understand how to make it happen, but also understand to kind of let it come to him a little bit. I just think, he's just kind of stuck in there. So I'm comfortable with Carter in that role. I mean, he's we're having great conversations with him. I mean, you look at his stat line today. I mean, I think what does he have? He has 4 assists, 1 turnover. I mean, I've challenged him to be a connector. Was that 9 rebounds? I don't have my glasses. Sorry, guys, right now. So, yeah. So, I mean, listen, he makes a shot and a couple free throws. He has a double-double, grabs 1 more rebound. So, that's a really productive night. So, let's not be, just so sensitive on scoring, And Carter's a guy, some of these bigger wings, like him coming out of high school, it just takes him a little time to adjust to kind of being more like a true perimeter player, because in high school, Carter was also the biggest guy on his team, so you have to understand this takes these guys a little bit of time, and they haven't, had the ball in their hands their entire life, dribbling the ball like, these young point guards have. So young point guards can kind of sometimes adjust a little quicker. The true 5 men are kind of what they are. They just got to figure out the physicality. It's just those in-between guys that sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, and I think I'd put Carter in that category. But, guys, I'm really optimistic about, what he did today. To have 4 assists and 9 rebounds, in that role today was awesome.
I was wondering on top of that, if you sensed he felt maybe disconnected or whatever going in and having to wait 4 to 6 minutes to get into a game where he probably never done that in his life.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Bruce, I got news for you. Every guy that comes to Arizona has never done that in his life. We're not taking players that played JV their senior year. So, every one of these guys was a star, played in all-star games, had multiple stars next to their name on the recruiting website. So it's an adjustment for every one of them. And so, yeah, I mean, let's give it a little bit of time. But I just like, when KJ made the decision, I really thought about it and thought how it made sense. Hey, the kids, put some shooting on the floor early. We know Carter's a good catch and shoot shooter. We know over time that's going to play out, where the numbers are going to be what we expect them to be. And, it gives him an opportunity to maybe, to spread the floor a little bit early in these games. And KJ comes in the game and, that second unit can kind of become a little bit more of a ball handler and a playmaker. And, no, I mean, to me, it makes a lot of sense. We just got to continue to look at it and make sure it's the right thing for the team.
You mentioned Conrad a little bit earlier. Where does he stand? I mean, you've gone to him deep in games like this, and then sometimes he's not getting in. I mean, is he?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can rely on him more?
I mean, I know I can rely on him. Now I just have to find the opportunities for him, and so that's what I'm trying to figure out. And Conrad is an awesome kid. He came in my office, I don't know, a week or 2 ago, You think it's going to be the talk, like, Coach, what does this mean for me? He said, Coach, this isn't about playing time. I just want to let you know, when you're ready to give me the opportunity to play, I'm ready. And I'm going to do it with confidence. And I'm like, wow, thank you. So you have a guy telling you that. You have a guy in KJ coming in and saying, hey, I think it would be better for our team if I came off the bench. I mean, those are the us decisions that's going to make us a team. And when you have guys, that have that high a character and are making those decisions, that bodes well for the future. And so those are the things I'm going to really wrap my arms around right now. But Conrad's the guy. I would love to try to find a way to give him an opportunity every game. I can't promise that's going to happen, but I think when you see when he gets out there, I mean, he brings something to the floor for sure.
You got a similar week before another game, a bigger game at the end of it, but did you expect a similar week, or because of how do you approach it?
Yeah, no, we're gonna have a great week of practice. We're gonna roll up our sleeves. We're gonna compete. We're gonna get to work. We're gonna attack it with the character we want our program to show. We're also gonna understand we know where we're at. We know we don't have all the answers, and we know we have a really big game on Saturday. So we're fired up for that.
Anything about the practice, though, knowing, is there more, with the whole week ahead, maybe less emphasis on individual and more on UCLA and
Hey, you know what the emphasis is going to be on? Arizona basketball. Because here's the deal. UCLA is a good program. And if we go in and all we're worried about is UCLA and assume that we're going to show up and play well, we're going to get our ass kicked. So we got to make sure we go into that game and we do the things to play well to give ourselves a chance.
All right, that is the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Tommy Lloyd, after today's 102-66 win over Southern Utah. So the big thing that obviously came out of that was the news that KJ Lewis went to him and asked to come off the bench to maybe get others involved. As we talked about at the top of the show, maybe there was something more now to that than just a punishment thing. Maybe it was something in trying to get another guy involved as a starter and have a player like KJ who's, can do what he can do in a better spot coming off the bench for Arizona.
Yeah, we laid it out. It makes perfect sense. And you think about the confidence level of KJ. KJ DK came off the bus confident, and he stepped on campus confident. So there's no lack of energy and effort, all those things. Efficiency will come with time. But when you talk about a freshman, especially a much ballyhooed freshman, a guy like a McDonald's All-American coming on campus, DK, in 2024, there's a lot of social media pressures there. There's a lot of NIL pressures there, all those other things. So who knows? But there's an adjustment period. Not everybody, he laid it out right there. Point guards have a quicker adjustment because they're used to handling the ball under pressure. Centers just got to stand under the rim and try to dunk on people. Right. But those people in between, small forwards and shooting guards in particular, sometimes coming out of high school where those shots you got in high school were very easy within the flow of the offense, or maybe you're just so dominant physically, those lanes close up so much faster. The athletes are so much better, and they're so much higher. They're really aware of what's happening on the court much better than in high school, right? Guys aren't taking plays off. So it sometimes just takes time to adjust to that. But what he said at the end of his thoughts about Carter was that he loves his spot-up shooting potential right now, DK. So putting him on the court in the starting lineup, that in a catch-and-shoot situation is a 6'8", 6'9" guy with long arms, got a high release point. He's definitely a candidate within that starting unit. And despite what Bruce Pascoe kept asking about, starters and minutes for Conrad and so forth, I just like the idea of those rotations and which guys are being as efficient as possible with each other on the court during different stretches. Really like the way that Carter came in, wasn't hunting shots, the 9 big boards, obviously looking to find his teammates. 5 assists, was it? So, yep. Yeah, I just think between KJ and Carter, you got two of the best. The best position on this team might be that small forward position by the end of the year. We'll see how it all pans out. But, yeah, I think KJ, super selfless. He knows what he can bring. He knows he's going to bring it off the bench, trying to lift the confidence levels, maybe a little bit of the young man, Mr. Bryant, in helping him get in the starting lineup and get some shots up.
And Carter, again, 5 points to go along with 9 rebounds and 4 assists today. 2 steals, a block shot in 17 minutes. Very productive game for the freshman, Carter Bryant, in that starting role. Second start for him in college basketball. All right, let's take a look at your scoreboard and what's happening around college football and basketball today.
Let's take a look at what's happening today around the rest of the country. Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers.
Arizona State won the Big 12 Conference Football Championship today, and they did so in convincing fashion. I mean, they absolutely blew out Iowa State 45-19. Cam Scadaboo, 16 carries, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sam Levitt, 12 of 17, 219 yards passing through the air. He had 3 touchdowns in the game. Arizona State, ranked 15th in the country, will be in the college football playoff after they were picked to finish last in the Big 12 this season. Third quarter, Georgia leading Texas in the SEC championship game by a score of 10-6. Later, Penn State and Oregon will play in Indianapolis in the Big Ten championship game. Clemson and SMU will play in the ACC championship game. Top 25 college basketball today. These games are final. Number 20, North Carolina over Georgia Tech, 68-65. Damon Stoudemire's crew loses their ACC opener. They are 4-5 on the season. Also in the ACC, Virginia Tech loses to number 18 Pittsburgh at home, 64-59. One other final in a game involving top 15 teams, Marquette knocks off Wisconsin. That's always a big rivalry up in the Cheese State. The Marquette Warriors, is that their name? The Warriors? Are they the Warriors? I forget. They win 88-74. They're number 5 in the country.
Golden
and now 9-1.
Eagles,
Golden
is it?
Eagles.
Yeah, something like that.
Used to be maybe the Warriors. Golden Eagles sounds correct. Marquette wins it by 14. Wisconsin falls for the second time this season. One game in progress. This is also a Big 12 game. Number 17, Houston at the half is leading Butler 28-18. Games in the Big 12. That's the only other game in progress. One other game is final from earlier today. St. John's beat Kansas State 88-71. They honored Luke Carnesecca before the game, the legendary St. John's coach who died this week at the age of 99. Both coaches in that game, including Rick Pitino, wore trademark checkered kind of Lou Carnesecca sweaters.
Everybody loved Lou. Everybody loved Lou.
Very famous in the 1980s. Our thoughts and prayers out to his family. Rest in peace. Always in power, Lou Carnesecca. 2 other games on the schedule in the Big 12 tonight. Utah will host St. Mary's. That should be a good one. 8-1 St. Mary's, 6-1 Utah and Salt Lake City. The Utes a 3.5-point favorite there, and it's the Battle of Colorado and Boulder. Colorado State will take on the Buffaloes coming up at 6 o'clock.
There is one other college football score of note, which is the All-Ohio MAC Championship.
Okay.
The Ohio Bobcats, 38-3 over Miami of Ohio.
There we go. I haven't even seen, who potentially the projected teams for the Arizona Bowl are going to be, but we will obviously find that out tomorrow, Selection Sunday, for the college football realm. So we'll have an idea who's coming from the MAC out here for the Arizona Bowl. Looking forward to that on Sunday.
I imagine just a bunch of lions at a watering hole and the strongest ones eat first and that whole situation, because a lot of those bowls, DK, they just have to wait for the other bowls ahead of them to basically pick who they want first, right?
Pretty much.
I know you've got the number 4 finishing team in this conference plays the 5, but it doesn't always pan out like that. And with the 12-team expanded college football playoff, even harder this year to pick those 2 teams to fill your bowl. So really looking forward to seeing who the Arizona Bowl, the first year of the Snoop Arizona Bowl, right?
Yeah. So the last thing they put out, which was, I believe, 5 days ago, these were the teams out of the MAC. You had Miami of Ohio, you had Buffalo, you had Northern Illinois, you had Bowling Green in Ohio. So you say, who's Ohio playing tonight?
The Bobcats beat the Redhawks earlier today, 38-3.
So then Ohio's probably not. They're probably in whatever the title game. Yeah,
8-5 is their final record. Yeah.
So it could be Miami or one of those other teams. And then on the other side, it was Boise State, UNLV. Obviously, Boise State's going to the title, the championship, so it won't be them. So UNLV, Colorado State, Fresno State, or San Jose State could be the teams that represent the Mountain West
Can I just say that, like, every time I look up at the SEC championship game, somebody is hobbling off the field. There's been more injuries. They got a playoff. I mean, how many games are in this college football playoff, DK?
Right.
I mean, so here we have
at least 3 or 4.
Yeah, we've got a rematch of number 5 versus number 2 going on right now. A very physical, very intense game. And then, 3 or 4 more rounds of it's going to be, hopefully everybody stays as healthy as possible because people have been wanting to see this college football playoff and the trickling of 12 teams down to 2 teams for that championship. Every conference really gets a shot, right? But if this SEC championship game holds true to the other championship games, a lot of injuries. I think Georgia's quarterback went down at the end of the first half. I didn't see if he got back in or not. But, yeah, stay healthy out there, everybody.
If I'm voting in this Arizona Bowl thing, I think I want to see Bowling Green against UNLV. That's the game I'm voting for there.
Well, I mean, we always fill up Vegas, so might as well, turn the tables a bit.
UNLV, because there's a lot of conjecture about potentially UNLV as offensive coordinator being on the list of potential offensive coordinator replacements here at Arizona, so that could be kind of cool to have UNLV here. UNLV or Fresno State, obviously I have connections up to Fresno State too, so one of those 2 teams. Bowling Green is a family school. So I wouldn't mind. Ohio came here a few years ago, so we've already seen them out here. But I would never, never say not bring Ohio out here again. But Bowling Green would be cool.
I've seen Miami of Ohio a few times in basketball.
Yeah,
I think they played in the NCAA tournament here one year.
Oh yeah,
if memory serves.
Oh yeah.
I do have one more highlight for you.
Okay.
Miller down to the baseline, runner blocked, and grabbed by Whiteman, and that will do it. Wildcats 102, Southern Utah 66.
W-I-L-D, that's W-I-L-D, Wildcats, W-I-L-D, Cats.
Wild about the Cats. Man, it seems like it's been a while since we got to hear the song. Don't forget, also, coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes over at McHale Center, Arizona Women's Volleyball in the National Volleyball Invitational Championship, second round, taking on Pacific. Go out there and support the ladies so they can advance to the next round and maybe host again next weekend. That is going to wrap things up for us today. Thanks to everybody that was a part of these broadcasts. David Amata on the AM side, David Kelly on the FM side today, doing double duty, hosting and monitoring the K-Hit broadcast while everybody is out at DJ for PJs today. Once again, the final score at McHale Center in front of 13,747. It was your Arizona Wildcats 102, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds 66. Calvin Ifan and JW Madden, I'm David Kelly once again. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you Monday. DK on the Sports Tip. Bear down, Arizona.
They want me in the NBA. When Tolbert plays, he plays to win. I put it up and it goes in. Huh. Give Kerr the ball, give Kerr a hand. I'll drill it in from three-point land. Ask the Gumbies, ask the refs. We don't do drugs, we're the best. W-I-L-D, Cats. W-I-L-D, Wildcats. W-I-L-D, Cats. Wild about the Cats.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona basketball rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Broadway in Tucson, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, Drain Medics, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, The Injury Lawyers, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Lexus of Tucson, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, Rockin' K Master Plan Community designed by nature, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Police Department, University Termite and Pest Control, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
What your character is made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org. That's travismanion.org.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. So I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Hi, this is Adia Barnes, head coach of Arizona women's basketball.
Shoot a three that's up and good.
And you are listening to the home of Arizona Athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
You're listening to Offsides with Mark Ryan on the Infinity Sports Network.
All right, back out of here on the Infinity Sports Network. No Mark Ryan tonight. It is Jonathan Peterlin here with you guys. What I think is funny is the amount of people that are like, you must be a Ravens guy. Even though I'm consistently like, no, I do radio in Cleveland. It's a Monday through Friday thing that I do in Cleveland. The afternoon drive host.